the dry ice, we're going to go straight into that one. Same type of thing. I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then I'll give you the handout. We'll talk our way through it, okay? All right, scientists, we're going to do something with this amazing substance today. It is called dry ice. What do you think of when you hear the word ice?
Cold.
Cold, yeah. Dry ice is really, really, really cold. In fact, dry ice is the temperature that it freezes at is 109 degrees below zero. That is really, really, really cold. Now, if you will notice, I put on a glove because I don't want to touch the dry ice with my bare hand. I want to be a safe scientist, and I want to make sure I've got my glove on because it is so cold that it could actually burn me if I touched it with my bare hand, okay? Now, this stuff, we call it dry ice, but it is not really ice like we think of that's made with water. This is made with stuff called carbon dioxide gas, okay? Now, why don't you take a deep breath in, hold it, let it out. Take another deep breath in, hold it, let it out. Okay, every time you breathe out, you were breathing out carbon dioxide gas. So this is a gas that is all around us. We find it, it's the stuff that makes our soda fizzy. So carbon dioxide gas, when it is frozen to 109 degrees below zero, it changes from a gas that we can't see to a substance that we can see, and we call it dry ice. Now, I'm going to bring it around for you to look at with your scientist eyes. Don't touch it, but look at it with your scientist eyes and see if you notice what's coming off of it.
There's smoke.
Okay, yeah, it looks like it's smoke or steam maybe. Okay, now here's what our dry ice is doing. It is doing something called sublime. See if you can say that with me, scientists.
Sublime.
Okay, so this piece of dry ice, if I were to let it sit in a bowl and just let it sit there, if it were regular ice, eventually it would melt and I would have a puddle of water. But with my dry ice, my frozen carbon dioxide gas, it sublimes, and so it will just go away. It disappears. What it's doing as it heats up, that smoke stuff is actually my gas changing from a solid back to a gas. It doesn't melt. So my carbon dioxide gas changes from a solid back to a gas. There's no liquid, right? So with my frozen carbon dioxide gas, I can do some amazing science. Okay, now I'm gonna make my spoons sing, all right? Listen carefully. I'm gonna take my dry ice in that bowl. I'm gonna take a metal spoon, and we need to get it warmed up. So help me count to 10, and I'm gonna warm it up on my hand, all right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I'm gonna take my nice warmed up spoon, and I'm gonna put it on the surface of my frozen carbon dioxide gas. Is that just so amazing? That is the sound your mother makes when you don't clean up your clothes. All right, let's do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nails on a chalkboard.
It is like nails on a chalkboard. So here's what's happening. I got my spoon nice and warmed up, and I put that warm surface on the surface of my 109 degrees below zero ice cold dry ice, and it created pressure. And so when I push down on it, that pressure is building up and it has to push out, and it's making my spoon vibrate. So it's kind of like, take your hand, put it in front of your mouth and blow. Okay, it's that pressure. You're making a vibration using the force of the air in your mouth onto your hand, and it's causing your skin to vibrate. Same thing with my spoon. It's causing that metal to vibrate, and that's making that horribly wonderful noise. All right, should we try a bigger spoon?
Yeah!
All right, let's try a bigger spoon. squeak. All right, so my 109 degrees below zero, I can use a heated spoon and get it to make a really horrible noise. All right, so now let's see what happens if I lose my jar. There it is, okay. Let's see what happens if I take a piece of my dry ice and I put it into just plain old water. Watch what happens. Here we go.
Whoa.
Okay, now I will bring it around so you can see it a little bit better. What do you see happening?
It's bubbling.
It is bubbling. We just sped up the sublime process. We are now heating up that piece of carbon dioxide gas. We are changing it from a solid back to a gas. We're speeding it up, making it go faster. So I can see sublime happening. That gas is escaping. And look up here. You can see it coming out. Now, let me hold my jar really, really still for you so you can observe the gas coming out here. Okay, which direction is it going?
Down.
Okay, it's flowing down. Yeah, carbon dioxide gas is a very heavy gas. So gas is a space hog. If it gets any space, it will take up all the space it can get. This particular gas is heavier than oxygen, and so for the safety of this particular science experiment, we always do it in a nice open room, so there's lots of room for the gas to spread out. Because if you did this experiment in a closed up room, eventually it would fill up the space and you could actually run out of air to breathe because the carbon dioxide gas would hog up all of the air in the room. So you always want to use carbon dioxide gas. Kids never do it, but adults always making sure you do it in an open room. All right, let's try one more thing with our carbon dioxide gas, our frozen carbon dioxide gas. I am going to find, let's see, I have here my handy dandy little beaker, and I am going to put into it a little bit of dish soap. Oh, that looks pretty good. And I'm going to swirl it around so that it mixes up. And let me go into my bag. See if I can have just the right size piece. Ah, perfect. Okay, here goes. Watch carefully, scientists. Woo! Look at that! What's happening?
Bubbles.
It's bubbles. My bubbles are filled with carbon dioxide gas. I'm going to bring it by. You can grab a handful, pop them, watch that gas come out of it. Grab a handful of bubbles. This is perfect for after the cake, too. Uh-oh. Can I get bubbles on something? Grab a handful, squish those bubbles. That's weird. Squish them, look at that gas coming out of there. So my carbon dioxide gas, I've got my dry ice in the bottom of my flask. It is doing its sublime job with the water and the dish soap inside of it. As it sublimes, it's making energy and it's forming those bubbles. And then each one of those bubbles is filled with a little bit of that carbon dioxide gas. Is science just the most amazing thing in the world? Woo! All right, scientists, so you now get to go in and explore the Discovery Center, have fun learning more science, and thank you for choosing a Discovery Center birthday party. Woo!
Yay!